What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode of GH. Listen, I understand that some may feel Finn overplayed his hand with the boys, like especially with Jake. Look at how tall Jake got. I said, oh shit, little Hudson done grown up. But it was good that they're using Jake a little bit now. He's definitely gotten taller. I was like, damn. Um, But I mean, some people may think like Finn went a little too hard at Jake or whatever, like with an accusatory tone. I think he's just trying to get to the bottom of it. I think that's all Finn is. He's just trying to get to the bottom. Maybe he did come off a little hard and he did apologize to Jake because Finn is not like a people person per se. Like his bedside manner sometimes can be a little too much. But I'm glad he apologized to him and stuff. But he's trying to figure out a way to fit into their family. But at the same time, he got to remember, man, it's like Franco put in a lot of work, to get in good with the kids and stuff like that. They built a pretty good bond with him. So now Finn is gonna have to go through the same, ordeal where he's gonna have to build a bond with the kids and stuff like that. Um, I did like the conversation with Jake and Cameron and stuff. Jake was happy that Peter's dead and all that. I could kind of see Jake turning out to be like a new little mini Jason at some point. He was happy as hell Peter was dead because his worry is that Franco's going to be forgotten. So he's happy that somebody did put that painting up. As much as I think her kids are on the suspect list, I don't think it's the kids. Because I do agree with Elizabeth. I don't think her kids would torment her that way. Like, I don't think they would do that at all. I'm starting to believe it's not Betsy Frank, so I do have to agree with Dante on that. I don't think it's Betsy. I think Betsy is a red herring, or maybe somebody's using her as a patsy, maybe, to make it look like she's the guilty party. I don't think it's her either. Dante, he went with his gut, and I think he went with his instincts that Betsy couldn't have done all of this. But of course, he's going to continue to investigate it as he should. So of course, him and Sam did some more digging, and she called Spinelli. Spinelli, showed her some interesting surveillance footage. Betsy, remember when Betsy talked to Elizabeth? She was like, "Oh, I came to town because it's the anniversary of Franco's death, so she came to visit his grave." Spinelli sent footage of that, of the cemetery. She went to the cemetery. She never went in though. It was like she showed up, was outside the gate, but then she left, turned around and left, which was interesting to me. Then they did a little bit more digging into her background and found out recently that she had a traffic stop and she was driving erratically, and the cop put her on a 72-hour psyche valve. But they released her, of course, and I don't know. I just feel like, Betsy, it's not surprising that she's mentally not all the way there. That's not new knowledge. We've all known that she was a little, nutty, nuttier than a fruitcake. We've all known that. So it's not really shocking news. But I don't believe she's the one doing this. I hope not, but I don't see it, Do I believe some of the stories that Heather Weber could be the one doing this? Hell yes. Come on, it's Heather Weber. Heather Weber is just as crazy, way worse type of crazy than Betsy Frank. And she has ways of sneaking out of facilities and stuff like that and getting out. And so if it's Heather, I wouldn't be shocked. You know what I mean? Like, I'm definitely not shocked. But the suspect list is there. And I feel like all of them are a suspect. They're guilty until proven innocent. But for me, I don't believe it's the kids. That I don't believe. Even though Cam yesterday with his facial expressions, I think a lot of it is red herrings. I think that's what it is. Because even Jake, with the way he was talking today and his little facial expressions and stuff like that, and the way Finn was looking at him and stuff, I think it's all red herrings. I don't think it's really the kids doing this, because they all love their mom and they know she's been through hell over the years, so I don't think they would put her through that. So it was kind of funny when Betsy showed up at Elizabeth's house telling her that she had to tell her something. Betsy, when she saw Finn, she still didn't look happy to me when she saw Finn. I don't think she's really feeling this. The fact that Elizabeth is moving on and stuff. I don't think she likes it. I don't know if Betsy's gonna reveal to her about the traffic stop or why she was in town, or I don't know. Hopefully she does. But Betsy got a story to tell, and I'm interested in hearing it. So anyway, moving on from that, I don't blame Mac. Mac was ready to get the hell out that hospital bed. He was ready to get back to work. He was ready to get back to action. Mac is a man's man. Like, he don't give a damn if he got a bullet wound still, if he got a bullet still in him, he don't care. He going back to work. Like, he's stubborn. And, Anna was like, listen, lay your ass down somewhere. You're not going back to work. Like, Felicia and Anna done had enough. They like, listen, you're not going back. Not right now, you're not. Because he felt like the PCPD need him or whatever. And Mac has always been a pretty good commissioner, I feel. But, you up there in age now, so you got to take your time out for yourself. Trust me, the PCPD will still be there when you come back. But I was happy when New Jordan came in. She is pretty as shit. Like, that woman is gorgeous. Not that all the other Jordans wasn't gorgeous, but she's gorgeous. I like her so far. So far, I really do. I like her energy. I really hope the writers do not screw the pooch with this one. I really hope that they write her better than they've written the other incarnations of her character. I really hope they write her better. More stronger, more smarter, just on the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, does she have to have every case figured out? No. But write her more competent, please. It's all I ask. So Laura, and Anna pretty much was bringing her up to speed on Victor because the agent that Victor, pretty much had on payroll, he ended up coincidentally dying right before he could really be, interrogated. So they found that to be suspicious. Then they found a number in his phone that was to a Port Charles number. It was to a local number, so they suspect that it was Victor that he was in touch with. So they're putting the pieces together, and they're bringing Jordan up to speed on everything that's been going on with this case so far. And, Laura say, well, since you're fully back now and you're recovered, I'm going to give you your job back. I'm going to reinstate you. So all three of them are going to work together to figure out what's Victor's game. Like, what is he up to? What are you trying to do? And I can't wait to see how they all work together. I cannot wait. So anyway, moving on from that, I don't know if the writers are trying to Kim test Portia and Drew, but if they are Kim testing them, I'm liking it. I like the chemistry between Drew and Portia. And I want to see the chemistry between Drew and Jordan. Because with the new Jordan coming in, I don't know. I seen pictures of the two of them on Twitter side by side, and they would look good together. I think he has chemistry with Portia, though. I want to see him and New Jordan interact, but him and Portia got chemistry. To me, I feel like they got chemistry. So, Curtis, watch out. So Drew was pretty much, letting her know about him and Curtis's friendship and stuff like that, and he gonna keep an eye out on Marshall. He also gave her a link to a property that he was offered by a realtor, but he turned down that could be their new house. So she, of course, was telling Curtis about it, and, they were all happy to check it out and whatnot, and Jordan walked in. I was like, oh, shit, because Anna had asked Jordan to come to dinner with her, but Jordan was like, no, I got to see somebody. So I had a feeling it was going to be Curtis that she had to go see. And I wonder with that conversation, probably about their divorce or their marriage, or she just want him to know that she back or whatever. But they do got some unfinished business, especially with that divorce, because I don't think their divorce is final because of Stella. So they still got that business to conduct. But it's going to be quite interesting to see the three of them linking up and talking now and see how Jordan, we got to find out what her temperature is with this old Curtis-Portia relationship. Especially, when she finds out that they're moving in together, that's going to be huge news for her. So I don't know if TJ's been keeping her up to date about what's been going on, but it's going to be quite interesting to see that conversation go down. I'm just saying, like, I want to be a fly on the wall. I can't wait to watch. So anyway, speaking of Curtis, Marshall was not making no sense today at all. Like, he confronted Curtis about Drew's job offer or whatever, and basically, Curtis was telling him, like, listen, I need to know what's in your past. So he revealed to Curtis that he did get arrested or something like that. He had a non-violent crime that happened like 40 years ago before I guess he went underground. And he said that that criminal record was sealed. Why would that be sealed, though? Like, I'm getting a lot more questions than I'm getting answers from this man. Like, why was that sealed, though? So he was worried about Drew finding out about that and Drew telling Curtis before he could tell him. But Curtis is more worried about why he had to fake his death in the first place. You know what I'm saying? And if there's going to be blowback now. And Marshall was assuring him, like, oh, what happened in the past ain't going to hurt you now or whatever. But then he also said that he still can't tell Curtis about the past because it's not safe. It's not fully safe. So which one is it? Is it safe or is it not safe? Because if you're not worried about somebody coming after you and that's over and done, why is it still so hard for you to tell Curtis what happened if it's still not that safe? If it's still not that safe, why are you in town walking around with your name? Why are you doing that if it's not so safe? See, it's a lot of mysteriousness going on with this man. It's a lot of mystery with him because he's not making any sense. 1 minute is safe, next minute is not. It's like, dude, which one is it? Because you make it make sense. It's like it's confusing me. So he went to Drew or whatever, telling Drew, oh, I'm going to take the job or whatever because I ain't got nothing to hide. Clearly, you do have something to hide because you won't talk about what happened. So obviously, your ass got something to hide. What is it? You used to run numbers back in the day and messed up and somebody wants you? Like, what's going on? What's your connection? Like, he's mad. He's just a big bowl of confusion right now. That's all that is. It's confusing as hell with Marshall. I don't know what to make of him. But I do feel like Curtis and Drew need to dig a little bit deeper. I know Curtis said, oh, I'm going to stop sneaking around. I'm going to stop poking around. The hell with that. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to do a little bit more digging before I let you all up in my business. I'm just saying, like, you is not coming around my family until I know what's up with you. I'm just saying, got to be cautious. So moving on from that, Maxie was still a little frosty with Austin at first, but I'm super happy that Maxie forgave him because it really was not his fault. And I'm glad they didn't drag that out any further. And she understood, like, he apologized and she realized it really wasn't his fault. It's not like he was working against her. He had no idea what he was doing. And all he really did was just tell Victor how to find out who a sonogram belonged to by checking the number on the back. That's all he told him. He didn't tell him anything other than that. He didn't know. He didn't even know who the sonogram belonged to. So how could, he indirectly messed up, but he didn't directly mess up because he didn't do it on purpose. He had no idea that he was leading Victor and Peter to her. He didn't know that. So it's like you can't really full on get mad at him for it. And I'm glad that she forgave him. And she even felt like what he did was brave by working with Obrecht and, trying to get the goods on Victor. She felt like that was brave of him because not many people would want to go up against a Cassadine or make a Cassadine their enemy. So I'm glad that they hashed that out. And, Austin was wondering what's next for them because she did say once she got her daughter back and stuff that, she'll figure them out, like what they are to each other. As much as I like the chemistry for them and I like that they're moving forward, I said it before and I will say it again. I really wish that Maxie would just take some time for herself and her children rather than get into another relationship so fast. Because as we all know, Maxie has not been totally lucky in love. And it's like, I feel like she needs to focus on her kids. She needs to focus on her mental health because dealing with Peter and all this shenanigans the past year would drive anybody nuts. She needs to focus on her career. Worry about a relationship later. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it comes, it comes. If it don't, whatever. But focus on that shit later because she done had many of relationships and they all have bombed. Some better than others, but they bombed. And she needs to focus on the 3 children that she got. Because she has 3 minor kids and a business, she's the creative director or COO or president, whatever, of Deception. She needs to focus on all that stuff instead of focusing on romance right now, because relationships take up a lot of your time when you don't really have a lot of time. So that's what she need to focus on. But anyway, that's pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Have a great night. Peace.